Welcome to another episode of Hero TV. I'm your host, Alex Hampton, and today we'll be getting to another top 10 black superhero, coming in number 8, Icon. If this is your first time coming to my YouTube channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button and hit the bell on that button as well. That way you get constant updates of my videos that I release. And also, if you haven't seen my previous top 10 black superhero videos, go ahead and click the button up here and you get to see the previous black superhero videos that I have released. And also, I'll put the previous ones that I have done in the link in the description below. Now I've got that out the way, let's get into the origin of one of my favorite milestone characters, Icon. Icon was a alien who was on this weird planet who got sent down to Earth during the slavery era, where a woman slave saw the pod. She went to the pod and saw a black baby in the pod, which was Icon, and she took him under his wing. She took him and she decided to raise him as her child. Icon, which on Earth his name was August Freeman, he loved his mother and grew up with his mother and became a slave as well. So during the time that he was growing up on the plantation, he was already into slavery. But as he got older, like in his teenage years, he realized that he had superpowers. So in that time when he had powers, he lightened the load on the slavery work that all the other slaves that he had to do. Other than that, and also while he was enslaved, he had to fight in the Civil War as a army lieutenant in the Civil War, because that was all he could do. And mind you, he's a black man with superpowers, and he realizes that he has these powers, so he figured to fight in the Civil War. The cool thing about Icon, which I will get into the power segment, is that he ages very slow. So he lives through a lot of different time periods in our society in America as well. So when you read his comic books, all 52 comic books, you see that the aging of him is very, very, very slow. So also getting into more of his origin, as he fought in the Civil War, he became a lawyer. He also started his own firm. And then one particular day, this one girl, I forget her name, but she goes by Rocket in the comic books, saw Icon, August Freeman, saw him use his powers to stop black men from robbing a store. She then drew up some costume work and showed Mr. August Freeman and say, hey, we can make a difference and we need heroes that look like us, black people look like us, to represent us and show the world that we are more than just more than what you believe that we are. So August Freeman agreed to it and became the iconic superhero in Milestone Comics, Icon. Now that I've gotten his origin out the way, let's talk about Icon's powers. Icon's powers is basically the equivalent as Superman, but he has a little step up. Now he does have super strength, he can fly, he has super speed, he has super hearing, he has x-ray vision, but also he has this particular energy where he can generate and use that energy for different abilities. So basically he can throw electricity out of his hands, he can bend things with this electricity, like telekinesis, bending things. He can move things with his mind. He has a various amount of things that he can do with his powers. He's actually even taken on Superman into hand-to-hand combat. That's how strong Icon is. Now that I've gotten his powers out of the way, let's talk about Icon's appearances in comic books. Icon has made many appearances in comic books and Milestone Media. Like I said before, he had a 52-issue series in Milestone, and then he did a Worlds Collide comic book with the DC comic books in the early 90s and also in 2008. Now, we haven't seen anything prior to the Worlds Collide series in recent years, given the fact that DC is still going through their Rebirth series, but I'll get into that in the 2018 where we can see him in the next segment. But we have seen Icon make a TV appearance in Young Justice Season 2, where he's there for a couple episodes, and we do see him interacting with the Justice League. He is a member of the Justice League, but it's very small. It's not like an active part. That's all we have for appearances of Icon, unfortunately. Again, he's not that well known of a character. However, now that I've gotten that out the way, let's talk about where we can find Icon in 2018. Still read Icon comic books through his 52-issue series through Milestone Media. You can read Worlds Collide in the early 90s, and you can also read Worlds Collide 2008. And also, Icon does make many appearances in the New 52 of Static Shock, so look at those as well. Icon does pop himself into those particular comic books as well. And also, he is in a couple Justice League comic books. Now, thank you for watching another episode of Hero TV, where we go into another segment of our top 10 black superheroes. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to know what I'm doing, go ahead and just click the subscribe button on my channel, where you get more updates on what's coming to Hero TV, the next black superhero that I'm doing. Also, if you haven't seen my previous videos, just go ahead and click the button up here. You can go see all my previous videos that I have done in recent time. And also, if you know what I'm doing on Facebook, like me on Facebook at facebook.com/Brandon Productions, and tune in next week where we get into our next top 10 black superhero, John Stewart, Green Lantern. He's actually one of my favorite Green Lanterns. He's the only Green Lantern that I really like, to be honest with you. This is Alex from Brandon Productions. You guys have a great day.